Welcome to the Pantone color of the year, which is Mocha Mousse. This is the closest thing I had to like a chocolate sort of blah color. I don't know. Yes, I'm calling it kind of drab. It's neutral for sure. Kind of like beige, but I guess calling it Mocha Mousse sounds more exciting, especially if you like desserts, which I do. So let's talk about some other alternate colors of the year because paint companies come out with theirs as well, and what you can do with the Pantone Mocha Mousse if it is not exactly the color you want. Can you dress it up with another color? Should you use it as your logo? We're going to answer all that today. Here it is, the Pantone color of the year. So this is Mocha Mousse, and here it is. I guess it is a keychain, on a notebook. What else? In a mug, another mug, another mug, and I guess a cotton swatch. So if you go to their Instagram, you can see, again, there's some furniture, although this kind of looks a little orange to me, but maybe you're supposed to look at the carpeting that goes with it, and the carpeting is supposed to be like a Mocha Mousse. Anyways, if you head over to Motorola, every year, without fail, they commit to creating phones in the Pantone color of the year, and they actually are much prettier over here. They put some speckles in there. Obviously, you can see it has more depth. It's a little shiny. The texture has changed. They have some stock images here that look actually very cute. And so this is one way, if you are really into the Mocha Mousse, that you can kind of express it in a phone. Now, let's talk about, before we talk about how to fix this color, let's talk about other colors of the year, because Pantone's not the only one. The paint companies all come out with colors, and it doesn't look that great at first, but Purple Basil is amazing. Obviously, I am a fan of purple, and so if you head over here, you're going to see that it's just so nice. It looks great on brick. What else did they have? It just looks pretty as a color. They have over here, they stuck it on a wall. Everything looks great. I love the Purple Basil. Now, paint companies come out with, I think, a variety of colors, right? They're not committed to just one. It's more like a collection. So if you head over to Sherwin, they have, I guess it's called a capsule of colors, and they too have a purple. They have a mauve finery. So this way, everybody, I think, is happy versus just one color and it's like yes or no. And then over here, Benjamin Moore has cinnamon slate, which does look, I mean, it says it is a bit of a plum heather color. So, and the velvety brown. So it has a combo of the Mocha Mousse, but obviously with my favorite color, which is purple, which makes it that much better. So this has been, like a better option for me, these two shades of purple. But let's go over to Photoshop because I can show you what to do to kind of dress up that Mocha Mousse. All right, here is our beautiful Mocha Mousse. And if you're like me and you're like, I need to do something to like get myself a little bit more excited about this color, there's a couple different options over here, and you'll see this in the layers panel at the bottom. If you head over to brightness, you can try to make it brighter or make it darker. So here, it kind of helps. You can take the contrast down. I think taking it down is probably the better one. You can make it a little darker. Some other things you could do is you could try to do levels, or actually, I lie. I never really use levels. It just kind of highlights different things. So it looks a little bit like the brightness and contrast. Another thing you could do is curves. So curves will take it the brightness down and up at certain areas inside the photo. I think you can use the finger thing too and just kind of move it over here. Nope, I lied. You cannot do that. Or I cannot do that. Let's see. Usually I thought you could move it. Oh, there we go. You can move it. I was just doing it wrong. All right, so that's curves. And then you can head over to exposure. I don't know if that's really helpful. I guess it did make it a little darker and deeper. And then we can head over to vibrance, and we can make it more vibrant. That definitely helped. saturation. That didn't help too much. And then we can try out the hue saturation, and we could try to add some more red in there. That definitely helped. Oh, look, we can just make it purple, which was my favorite color anyway. But we could just make it a little bit of a different blue. And then if we head over to color balance, we can actually do a little bit more tweaking of the colors. Make it a little richer, more blue. Then we can also, I think there's a couple more we can try out. Well, black and white's not going to really do anything. Photo filter, channel mixer. Yeah, I think maybe that's it in terms of the channel mixer. In terms of changing it. Oh yeah, I like that. Adding a little bit more that way. So these are all different ways that you could take the Mocha Mousse and change it around. And obviously you can add different colors to mix in, like we saw with the Motorola, where it added some of the white in. That might be the best option. But overall too, I think just as a letter, so if I took, let's go back to, I was making those rectangles. So let's go ahead and try out a logo. So let's say I wanted to write pretty fabulous in the Mocha Mousse, right? And if I took this and made this, let's say this mocha color right here, and I moved it on top of the white, I would say, I mean, really big. It's okay to see. It's not as kind of vibrant. It doesn't have as much of a contrast as you would hope. If we put it on top of this one, and let's say we're going to make this one a black color, and we do the same thing. So let's take this and just duplicate that layer. And then let's move this down here. Same thing. I would say the contrast isn't really there, especially on the black. It's really hard to see. The white, same thing. It's still, I just don't think it's as vibrant as it could be. So in terms of making it your like logo color, I don't think this is the way to go. I think if you had, let's pretend we could, what if it was the background color? I think it's better off just as a standalone accent color all by itself. But if we did this, let's say we wanted to make it that brown, and then we did the same thing and we put, same thing. I don't think, they're not awful, first of all, but in terms of legibility in the contrast, and there was someone who had like another video where she actually did the contrast ratios and they were like right on the cusp, they weren't really strong enough. Again, I think it's a good accent color. It's probably not a background color. It is definitely not your primary color, but there are things that you could do with the Mocha Mousse. It is not unfortunate. And you know, the only color that was really unfortunate was last year's, what was that, peach fuzz that Pantone had. And maybe it was like a psychological thing. They were like, we're going to make 2024's colors so awful that when we come out with 2025, and even though it's a little kind of blah and drab, people will be so excited because they were just so miserable with the peach fuzz. They'll be super excited about the Mocha Mousse. Obviously, I'm not a fan of either of those colors, but that doesn't mean they're bad colors. They're just not in line with like my style or anything that I'm doing. And I think you should feel the same. Like if you were like, you know what, I'm good with this year's colors. I'm just gonna hold out and wait till next year or use something else and ignore these trends altogether. That is totally okay as well. All right, I hope everyone's having a fabulous and wonderful day, and I will talk to you later. Bye.